Oh, yeah. I don't know if you could see it up there, 5 seconds. We're live. So I'd just like to welcome you to the 60 Scoop Story of Resilience, I guess, podcast. This is the 60 Scoop was just government policies that led to a large number of Indigenous children being removed from their families, mainly placed in non-Indigenous families, and from about 1951 to 1984. And so, yeah, we're just here with Robbie. He's so I don't know if you wanted to introduce yourself, maybe name, what nation, where you live, or whatever.
Yeah, Robbie Poor Man Ep, Black Eagle man. I'm from Cockatoos First Nation in Saskatchewan, Treaty 4. I live in Vancouver now.
Awesome.
I run the Sweetgrass Clan.
Cool. Yeah. So, like I guess probably some things. So you were a 60 Scoop survivor?
Yes, sir. 60 Scoop survivor is the word. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And what events led up to? Do you either remember, or what events led up to being scooped up in a sense?
Well, my mom was a hardcore alcoholic growing up, or in the Saskatoon area, Saskatchewan. She had 14 kids, and then she used to drink all the way through a lot of her pregnancies, and then drop them off at St. Paul's Hospital in Saskatoon. And I'm no exception. I was part of that thing, and then she let me go at 7 days old, and I was adopted into a Mennonite family in a place called Laird, Saskatchewan, with the Epp family.
You were at 7 days old when you were placed into their family?
7 days adopted. Yeah, okay. 7 days.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So events. Yeah. So what were you told about that whole situation?
What was I told?
Yeah, about being scooped. Like, is it did your parents eventually tell you, like, or?
Yeah, I guess I was getting curious when I was like 9 or 10 years old, or older than that, wondering where I was and where I come from. And they told me that I was adopted. My mom and dad couldn't take care of me, and we're here now.
Oh, yeah. So what were your initial feelings and reaction during the whole process? Like, the transition into foster care, your like first impressions or adjustments?
I had no impressions, no adjustment, because I was taken in at 7 days old. I just lived the life. I didn't know anything different.
Yeah, I was adopted at 3 weeks. I think it was 3 weeks old. Yeah, I don't really remember too much. Yeah. So what impact on personal and cultural identity? Like, have you struggled with your identity through the years?
Oh, yeah. At first, when I was younger, they were telling me that everybody around me was telling that Indians are a bunch of fucking losers, and that we're just useless, and that you're here to get a grip on life, and so you can, when you get older, you can make a go at life. And that's what they told me. Says, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I was.
Yeah. So was that in school that you were telling me that?
Oh, those Mennonites told me that when I was younger. It says, here, we're here to ship you up and shape you out and ship you up and get you ready, because you're going to have to get ready to be living in society. And I didn't understand what they meant by that.
Oh, yeah.
So I do now a little more.
Yeah. So you said you're a family of 14. Your mom had 14.
My siblings, my real family, my biological family. Yeah, I had 14 siblings.
Wow.
Some of them passed away. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Were they all like adopted, or?
No. My sister that lives in New Westminster, BC right now. She's the oldest of our family. She's the last, one of the last few survivors. Sorry, people that are living. Um, she grew up in Coacatoos.
Oh,
Grew up quite differently.
oh yeah.
I thought that they always told me, says my family put fear mongers in me. Says, man, you don't want to live on the res. You don't want to live where you did. You don't want to live with those people. You want to live right here. I was like, okay, whatever. And then I talked to my family later on in life, and they didn't have much. They had no. They had no food. They had no food, no running water, and my parents would take off for a couple months and go drinking. The kids under age of 12 years old would live on the res, and yeah, they went through a lot of not having much.
Oh,
What they had was they had their culture and they had each other. I don't know how to explain that.
oh yeah. So like, how many ended up in the 60 scoop? Like,
1, 2, 3. There's possibly 4 that I know of that did.
oh yeah. And then yourself, like when you were placed in foster family, how many like children were in that family?
My family, there was one sister. She was 4 years older than me. That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the message that they conveyed to you was like, well, we're going to like basically or almost deny your indigenous culture.
I don't think it's deny. It's more like, listen, this is what it is. You're native. Well, here's how you're going to have to get going in order to live in society. That was the way they said it to me.
Oh yeah. So so what has been like? So you didn't grow up with culture, I guess, like me either.
I had no culture, no First Nations culture at all. It was all church related.
Oh
Mennonites basically believe in the whole Bible thing. Spare the rod and lose the child was one of the fucking worst things in life for me.
oh,
And I used to. Right now, my kids are like 8 and 11 years old, and I have full time custody of two native guys. My brother, I mean my children. They're and 11 years old. By 11 years old, I'm just thinking I would have got the shit kicked out of me many times already
oh,
at that age. Yeah, I was just thinking how violent it was. Even though the Mennonites are pacifists, no. Not when you get punched like a man.
oh.
I used to get punched out and beat up like a man. What the fuck was that crap?
So how long were you live? Or how long were you there with them?
So I was 16 years old and I left. I went to private high school, and after that I went to a high school in Saskatoon, which is 40 miles south of us.
Yeah. So yeah, like in all that time you faced all those abuses and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was they were doing. I thought it was. I don't know what it was. What it was. Yeah, I did. And then there was a lot more things too. Is that people around me, they don't like Indians either. That whole community was racist, man. I mean, I'm not saying I had a few friends that stuck up with me, but that was it. A lot of times I'd get cornered by a bunch of non-natives. I'll just say it. White guys would corner me when I was a kid. Older guys call me a fucking Indian. You dirty chug. You fucking look where you are now. You fucking. Oh, it was bad.
Oh
And I
yeah.
had to deal with that.
Oh yeah.
Then I told my parents, and they'd say, "Well,
Mhm.
they didn't really say anything."
Oh,
Like if I would have had my brothers, my real biological brothers, they would have come out there and beat the shit out of those guys, or fought for me, but nobody did. I had to stick by myself, and then take that crap, and then as normal. It used to be normal, and I used to figure out, okay, well, if they're gonna do this, well, let's just be part of it, join them, and then yeah. So everything was just backwards for me as a child, I think.
oh yeah. I was picked on a bit too in like our community was half and half, half indigenous, half non-indigenous. I think when I was adopted too, I think my mom was still Indigenous. So I mean, yeah, I guess everyone's experiences are different. But I still got picked on too as a kid, though. Yeah, from even Indigenous people. So yeah, so
Yeah, I did get picked on quite a bit, but I found a way that to fight back.
uh,
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised I got as far got as far as I did. But I went, I went to high school. I went to juniors. I went to elementary school where I got picked on quite a bit, and then I started playing sports. By the time I was 12, 13 years old, I was getting pretty good at sports and hockey and in baseball and fast pitch. And people stopped picking on me. Uh, I became president of our high school. Yeah, funny, man, because people hated the people that hated. It's like the people that didn't take it seriously, that wanted to see a change just to screw up the school. They voted for me.
uh,
Take it seriously. They didn't think I was serious about being president. And they
uh,
were like, okay, well, let's screw up the system and vote for the native guy, and then we'll just make it funny.
uh,
But I did. I made it through. I was high school president, and even then, I went through a lot of racism with my high school principal. He wanted me out of there all the time. He's trying to get me to resign. He was trying to get me to quit. I wouldn't quit, and yeah. So life goes on, I guess.
yeah. So have you ever had efforts to reconnect with the Indigenous identity?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
When I was 19 years old, or was it 20 years old? I was I was going to a place called Columbia Bible College in Clearbrook, British Columbia, Abbotsford. I went there for a year after school because I didn't know what I was doing. I just went because my friends were going. It was a free ride. So I went there, and then I went to Trinity Western. I transferred over to Trinity Western University in Langley. I was taking my BA in phys ed. I just noticed a whole lot more racism going on when I was growing up too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. Same here. Like yeah. So what challenges have you faced like during and after the scoop? Like could be emotional, social, psychological.
Oh, it's psychological.
Oh yeah.
You got a bunch of guys breaking you down all the time. The white people telling you that you're not good enough, or you're just an idiot, or why would I want to hang out with you? You're a disgusting Indian.
Mm.
I mean, like, holy crap, who does that to people? And then
Yeah.
they go to church. They go to church and they praise Jesus and they say, "Hallelujah, thank you," and all this shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like living a double double standard, double life.
To this day, I guarantee you that's how it is in colleges and universities, Christian colleges and universities. It's the hidden thing. They won't talk about racism, but they want to stick to their own.
Oh,
They don't want to mingle with other people, and they want to. A lot of those people are, their agenda is to go into the college, get married, and come out with a white person or whatever, and have a happy life.
yeah.
At least in Christian colleges, that's what I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody tell me. I'll tell you how it is, man. I was there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember my friend got into I think Christian college in Surrey there or something, and then that was just a few years ago. So yeah, I think that's accurate. He wasn't treated very nicely, like
Oh, no,
yeah,
treated me like dirt. The only thing that kept me going in Trinity Western and in Columbia Bible College is that I was a rebel. People that weren't into that college stuff didn't take it seriously. They would hang out with me, or I was really blessed to be good in athletics,
Oh.
and I got away with a lot of stuff because I was good, and I was on some of the college teams, so people looked the other way a lot of stuff. So
Yeah. So how did he get involved into baseball?
well, when I was 9 or 10 years old, and I was getting the shit kicked out of me when I was younger. That was my only thing I had. I remember people would come to even the principal. I remember that one day, the principal of our high school or of our elementary school would come, and they were good friends with my mom and dad. And he was the guy to take me in the take me around and and yeah, he would take me and berate me in private, and then he would take and he even took a couple physical shots at me too. And then he'd act totally different with my family, my parents, and I'd say, Dad, Dad. I don't even want to call him his devil dad, but I mean, it's like he would he would he would say, hey, I don't know what he would say. He would side with those guys all the time.
Mm.
I had no peace, man. As a child, I don't think that way, you know. And then that's what I would use my sports for. I would go out when those guys were there. I remember that I'd be pissed off and I'd have to go eat with these guys. And I'd go out the door and I'd pitch against the wall in the barn. And I'd just pitch for hours.
Oh.
I didn't even know why I was doing it. Just to get away from these guys.
Oh, yeah. Wow. So was there like even just one person supported you during that time?
Adults or children?
Anyone? Yeah, yeah.
My friends, there's a group of people, like there's a couple families in Saskatchewan when I was growing up that just didn't put up with racist crap like in these communities, and they'd welcome me open arms with their family. Like some of my best friends, even like today, I have a couple guys that I still talk to from that community. I have maybe 4 guys that stuck up for me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, hey, fuck you. They tell the rest of the people, what do you think you're any better?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
So, yeah, I had a few people.
Cool.
Few.
Oh, yeah. So, what steps have you taken towards like healing and stuff, and kind of like trying to recover, with with all that?
Well, I've gone through the ringer. I've had some bad relationships growing up. My idea to function in society was screwed up for a long time. I've been in jail. I've been out of jail. I've done a lot of things that normal people wouldn't do. And then I did have a step of treatment. Like when I was when I was younger, I was a little screwed up. I didn't know what the heck I was going when I got on the street. So I did go into a treatment center for like 2 months. They taught me how to live, kind of,
Oh, yeah.
Kind of took stuff and carried it on. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. That's it's good to be part of that and get I think reorientated and pointed in a direction.
Yeah, it's taken me years. I'm 54 years old now, and I still. Well, if you talk to me, I have a chip on my shoulder about some things. It doesn't go away. I don't know if it'll ever go away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what about your current life? Like, what are you? So you're a single father with 2 kids. You're working on the Sweetgrass Clan there, I guess, and any other involvement or so? What are you doing currently?
Well, I'm in Vancouver. I reside full time in Vancouver. I love it here, and I work at Sweetgrass Clan, and I hope for a better day with that organization. And then I'm actively involved in sports right now. I play men's fast pitch. 54 years old. I just came back from a tournament. I pitched. Was it 5 games? 5 games as a 50-year-old man. Came back. We got MVP. We got 3rd place, and I just got called from. I got a call from Grand Prairie from the team called the Pirates. They're a Masters team, 40 and over, and they're going to Kamloops next weekend to play in an International Softball Congress qualifier for the World Championships. That's every age group. So we're in a qualifier for an every age group at the age of 54. I'm still competing, and I think it has a lot to do with 60 Scoop. I wasn't going to let those fuckers beat me. I wasn't going to let anybody tell me I was a piece of crap anymore.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to tell me that in my life anymore.
Yeah.
I can't handle that. No. I'm a pretty lippy guy when it comes to that. I'll stand up for the beaten and the downtrodden.
Mm.
I'll stand up for people.
Yeah.
Because I
Yeah.
was those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So like, is there anything else, any other message or advice that you have for, say, people who have experience with the 60 scoop, or like broader communities, or?
Yeah. Don't kill yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I had another guy, a 60 scoop guy in my hometown. He killed himself over that.
Yeah.
That's for real.
Yeah. Sometimes that's like they directly take that approach, right? But there's a indirect approach, I think, too, with drinking and drugging slowly. Yeah. Or,
Well, yeah, there's a phase I went through. I didn't know who I was, what I was doing. I just kept on getting called a fucking Indian, and I, yeah, when I was younger, man, I was like, holy smokes, yeah, I did drink when I was 20, 21 years old, 20, like in the 20s, confused. I was drinking not more because it's fun, because the way to escape and how to deal with everything that happened to me, and no answers were coming my way. Yeah, just if you can get through these stages and get some help and figure it out, and like, golly, that's just the battle itself. And I was able to do that.
yeah. Yeah. It's really important. Yeah. I would, actually, I'm talking with a book group now, but they don't have experience with that. But yet, I mean, they're still in recovery, and I'm saying, yeah, just, do whatever you can, just get into recovery or stay there, and like, yeah, because I mean, even it's only been 5-6 weeks since we were together as a group, and we kind of like went our separate ways. But even in that time, a lot of people have passed away, like,
Oh,
just in that group.
I know. Holy smokes, yeah.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, this 60 scoop thing is real.
Yeah, especially, yeah. So, I don't know if you have any other things you wanted to share, like, or just,
Well, yeah, I did find my Native American family. I found my family back in the 90s after quitting university and being on the streets of Vancouver. I was in the bar. I was in the Balmoral, downtown Maine and Hastings. And I seen this person. She's looking at me, and I was looking at her, and I was like, what the heck? She's Native, and she's, holy smokes, you look like my brother. And I says, really? I says, yeah, I was adopted. Really? So I'm from Saskatoon. I was adopted, and I went to this Mennonite family, and they said, really? And she says, well, I lost a couple brothers to getting adopted, and we put it together, and she says her last name was Poor Man, and that was my sister Janet.
oh,
And we've made a phone call back to Saskatchewan that day. Well, we were both half snapped in the bar, trying to figure it out. And we phoned back, and I got confirmation. Yeah, that is me. Yeah.
wow,
And I figured it out. After that changed my life. I was like,
awesome.
oh, folks, I know who I am, where I come from. Look at my sister, looks like me.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, and look, we all went through this stuff. And then I went back to Saskatchewan to Coacatoos.
Oh,
And they said, hey, cuz, all that crap you went through, you don't be ashamed of that stuff.
oh.
We all went through that.
Wow,
Yeah. I said,
yeah.
okay, I'm all right with that now.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
the more stuff I find out about this, the more better it is. Like, I mean, like, I come from a long line of medicine people, and I find out that my auntie and my grandma, my late grandma, my cookum, she's a medicine woman, and my late musher, my grandpa is a medicine man, and I was asked to be a pipe carrier. I still got to go through the ceremony of Sweetgrass to Sundance, and go through with that and follow through,
Yeah.
and learn the ways a little more. But they want me to. And I got my Indian name. And the guy that told me that, he's an elder from Saskatchewan.
Mm.
He's called me Black Eagle Man, and it was life changing.
Wow. Yeah, it's a 4-year process, or something.
Yeah, it's quite a while, and you have to take it very seriously with sobriety and taking care of yourself and all that stuff. And yeah, so that's kind of my goal. I realize that's my goal, is to in the future is to complete the Sundance, carry the pipe.
Awesome. Yeah. That's yeah, it's that's great to have been to have that opportunity.
But
Awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's yeah. So I mean, on the the form there, there's some resources, to be able to like reach out to. I think, and because I don't know. Sometimes I know these things do bring things up and stuff like that, but you're you're pretty level-headed. You kind of like worked your way through a lot of stuff and maybe.
level that. You're a spark plug, dude.
uh,
Anybody knows me and Jackson, we work together.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm the guy that riles up people. He's the guy that sits in the background, tries to.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You need both actually.
Yeah, I know. I need a guy. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna work in the future, you need guys that are like-minded and guys that possess some qualities that you don't, that are strengths.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like we were doing pretty good there for a bit.
Yeah, that was quite awesome. We had a podcast, running a podcast, and then running this, going on the street and doing some positive things.
Yeah,
Really, some nice stuff happened.
yeah. And now you're possibly getting into that school, or no? That's
I was just getting to talk to him today. Yeah, I'm enrolled in Focus Film School. Our start date is July 8th, and I hope to get into finish the documentary. That's another part of my life. I want to finish the documentary. I want to finish the autobiography or a biography of myself, and make a documentary. Make some more documentaries that are impacting on people's lives. I'm more into filmmaking and stuff, but I haven't really picked it up in the last couple of years. So
wow. Yeah, that's it's quite something to like. So basically, you grew up with a big family or part of a big family, then it kind of like separated, and you got put into the Mennonite community, and they just really completely mistreated you all for 16 years. Then kind of like got into sports during that time. Went to school, did some education and stuff like that, and now you're living in Vancouver, working with the Sweetgrass Clan and still playing ball and like getting recognition for it. So yeah, that's quite a journey. Eh?
well, yeah, that's another goal too. This year, the World Championships, the International Softball Congress, Fast Pitch Championships are in Surrey, in Softball City, right in my backyard.
Wow.
And there's a Legends division where it's over 50 years old, and I'm probably, I don't even know, just grateful that I have my arms and legs and my body to use, because a lot of guys that were on the national teams and stuff, their bodies are blown out and they can't even join this. But I'm grateful that I'm there at the World Championships this year. God willing that I have my health with me.
Yeah.
But up until, yeah, I mean, it's like it's just some cool things.
Do,
A guy just to be playing at that level is just an honor and a blessing, because a lot of people can't.
yeah, do a lot of biking and stuff. Eh?
I've become obsessed with exercise and biking. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm in Stanley Park and it's raining. It's pouring rain, and I'm in the. Oh God, what am I doing here? It's December, like in the middle of December, and it's pouring rain, and I'm still riding my bike, and I'm freezing my, and I'm out of breath, and I'm like looking at the city, and it's pouring rain. I'm like, what the hell am I doing here?
Oh.
Hey, it's paying off.
Yeah. That's true, yeah.
I'm in a full-time softball league, a fast pitch league here in Vancouver.
Awesome.
It's not about the fastball. It's not about the league. It's about just keeping busy as a human being and doing something that you love in order to keep you going, man. That just keeps me going.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'd just like to thank you for your courage and openness to be part of this, sharing your story. Yeah, I think if you know anyone else, and then just let them know, and we'll maybe if they want to go into that office, whatever, or wherever. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got another guy.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So yeah, this live stream will be on YouTube, but we'll share it with yourself there, so you could share it amongst other people and things. And,
Yeah. Right
yeah.
on. Sounds good. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I know it's very brief and stuff like that, and maybe in follow-ups we could get a little bit more if you wanted to, or we could leave it here. Either one, I'm okay.
Hey, if you need anything, you want to follow up or anything, you know how to get a hold of me.
Sounds good. Okay. Yeah. So that's good then.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay.